All right guys, today I'm going to help you to improve your serve, get a little bit more power, and we're going to do that by getting a better and deeper racket drop where we can keep the racket on edge. A lot of people have the problem of opening up the racket a little bit too soon, and if you can hear, that's going to create a snap right now because I'm wearing this snappy wrist. I featured it on a forehand video where we're talking about lagging the racket and having that snap happen at the right time. We're going to use it today for the serve. So there'll be a lot of people out there that are using an Eastern grip. There'll be a lot of people that think they have a Continental grip, but they don't. They have an Eastern grip. And as they take the racket back and they get into sort of this trophy position, they'll open up the racket. And to be honest, it makes total sense because that's going to allow you to hit this ball a little bit cleaner if you're not at a really advanced level because the racket is facing the ball. So I would expect beginners and some intermediate players to do a serve where the snap happens quite early because they're opening up the racket to allow for a cleaner contact. Now as you progress, first of all you want to keep the rhythm smooth. You don't want to go here and stop. So the first step would be to just keep the rhythm of the serve and make sure the racket doesn't stop. And even if you're opening up the racket a little bit too soon, you're on the right track because it's not just about the grip and keeping it on edge that makes for a good service motion. It's the coordination. You know, technique is coordination and timing. And if you can get a better throw motion, a more coordinated swing, but the snap's happening, you have an Eastern grip, that's better than thinking that the solution is to use a Continental grip right out the gate. If you can't do what I've just done, it's not a smooth, coordinated, rhythmic stroke, do that first. Now, once you've got past that stage, you can start to move to a Continental grip, and that's going to allow you to use your wrist a little bit more. But funnily enough, it's actually going to use your wrist a lot less. We're not going to hear this snapping sound because you're going to come in with a neutral wrist all the way, and then at the last second, it's going to pronate. And if I do that fast, you'll hear a little snap, and it'll happen quite late. Now, the way you can think about this is, let's say you had an axe and you were just chopping something here. You keep everything with the arm. You're not going to open it up because you're not going to hit with the side of the axe. You are using the edge of the axe. Now, from there, as you come in at the last second, you're just going to pronate. And, you know, as I said in the beginning of the video, what this is going to do is it's going to get you a deeper racket drop here than opening up early and going directly to the ball. But again, beginners do that because it's way easier to just go straight at it, whereas a good server, the racket lags behind the shoulder and the elbow, and then it comes, you know, last. So you have to throw your shoulder. It is a throwing motion. It's kind of like throwing something a little bit heavier than a tennis ball, and you're going to use your shoulder and your arm, and then the racket's going to come second or third. Shoulder, elbow, racket. As I said, at the beginner level, you're just going to go racket. You're going to go straight away. So keep the wrist neutral. Feel like you stay on edge for as long as possible. And then you can get that late snap. But you'll see I have quite a deep racket drop from staying on edge for a long time instead of going straight up to the ball. So, you know, you can really use this. It's going to tell you where your snap's at. If you're just starting out, don't worry that it snaps too soon, but keep everything moving. And then get used to having no snap and chop. And then get used to having no snap and having a last second pronation. You're going to start to be able to actually, you know, the reason you use a Continental grip is so that you can use your wrist, as I said, and you can start to pronate here. And you move the racket so much faster than an Eastern grip, where you'd have to come through a little bit slow. So progress to the Continental grip. It is going to allow you to pronate and move the racket head way quicker, but there's a process to this. Don't worry if you're hearing this snap too early, but you know, buy this thing. It's only 20 bucks. I'm not getting paid for this, unfortunately. I'm not even getting a free one. But you know, buy it and it'll allow you to hear yourself whether you're clicking a little bit too soon or whether you got this racket on edge for as long as possible. Hope that helped. Talk to you soon.